Okay, it's living in a kind of skeletal frame. It's kind of weird here. So we're powering off. Much brighter actually in there. And obviously these little buttons should do something if I can find them. Yeah, it's moving like that. So what I'll do in a minute is I will, off camera, try and measure if there's a plus and a minus to this, which I think there must be. If there's not, I'll use a 4016 and that will help me to work out if one side's a plus and whatever, and then I can use my trick to short that with my tool and I know where to solder. So I will just do that off camera and then I will let you know where I've got to. Okay, so if you take a picture from this direction, we're looking down on it. So what have we got here? We've got, is that up, down, and then that will be left and that will be right underneath. And then we've got these things in this direction. I don't know if I can get it in view. Hang on. Let me try and get it in view. Yeah. So we've got this. I'll point with something. What's of interest here? This is going to be the switch 11, switch 10. This is going to be the switch 1, and this is going to be the switch 11. And the bit of interest here is jumper 6. Can we see that? Yeah, GR6. So this thing here is the positive of going in that direction. GR4. That one there, that one's the positive going in that direction. I think this is a 0 ohm. I thought it was a D, but I think it's a 0 ohm. Just going in that direction. And then finally the JR1, which is up here somewhere. This one here is the positive going in that direction. So now I put a positive wire there, flying lead for one of the ZoomPedalFun controllers. I put one there and one there, which is a bit tricky to solder because you don't want to, well, there's a bit of mask there, but anyway, those are the 3 positives for those leads. Then on these sides, it's pretty much, well, I'll show you the picture here. Hang on. So that's the sort of summary there. The JR4 is the 3.2, the JR1 going that way is the 3.2, the JR6 is that one. Coming in this direction, when you turn it upside down, your up and down remain the same, and left and right switch, yeah? So pretty much where it says up on the circuit board is the 3.2, where it says right is the 3.2, where it says left is the 3.2, but this one's the wrong way round, so where it says down is the 0, and that's the 3.2, and the stomp, as you look at it, the 3.2 is the bottom one. So as we look like this, it'll be that one, I think, sorry. And I think what you can do is you can use your meter to check the negative of that touches another negative, and then you'll be certain that that's the positive, yeah? Because the positives won't touch, yeah? The negatives will be common. So that's how I think I'm going to wire it in. And that should allow me to control the stomp button, the left, the right, the up, down, and the switches on the endless encoders. And what I've got to do next is to work out which one of these are the endless encoder. There'll be a left and a right, and if it's the same as the other pedal, then we'll put the quadrature down to 2, and the phasing of it will determine if we're moving the thing left or right. I think these are just like solder lugs for the actual stability of the thing. My guess would it would be these two that will be the encoders, and then there's 2 up there, and then there's 2 there. So that's my guess, but I don't know that in a minute. I will let you know as I find out. Okay, so I've followed my color scheme. I'm using blue, yellow, and red. So the red is a button, and the yellow is, in this case, the right hand side and the left hand side. So this is the same way round. Then we swap it round. Well, I think that's good enough. I don't think it's touching. It's not touching any of the case, which would be bad. Sorry, can't get the thing to focus. And then on the other one, if I can find it. Oh yeah, hang on. I'll put it here. So on the other one, what I did was I followed the Atari joystick idea, which I'd written down somewhere. White, I think, is the up, or forward as they put it. So up there should be white, Left is green, right is brown, I think that is. I think that's orange, but it might be yellow, I don't know. And blue for the bottom. So that way at least I'll know roughly what I've got. So I'm going to try and put this together and see if we get any signal out of it or if I've blown it up. Let's find out. Okay, I've set it up and I have a momentary switch going into parameter 1 down. The wires are coming out of the parameter thing here, 1, 2, 3 going that way. Bit odd the way I wired, it doesn't matter. And then I've got the normal buttons coming in here. And when we look at the, let's see if I can see that. Yeah, we can see that. When I click the pulse, it should go down from 5, theoretically to 4, but I think it's going to go down to 3. And then to 1. And the other thing about this design as it stands is if I then move these, it's not working. And the reason is because the system is pulling it down to low, yeah? Now, if I just temporarily unplug this a second, then I can move, make it out of the way. I can move that, and what we see on the screen, hopefully, let me just make that a bit bigger. Why won't you let me zoom in? Okay, I can zoom in now. So what we see now as I move this pulse is the first one. Is it doing something? Oh yeah, sorry, it won't see anything because I haven't got it plugged in. Let me pause it and put it directly in, and then you'll see the difference and you'll see why it's behaving differently on the older Zoom. So that ought to be enough. I've just got the first channel in. So now when I move this, we should see that going up or down. Yep. And if we look on the display, sorry, then, oh, it's a bit noisy. What we see, can you see how we've got like, I'll move it once, 1 diton, and it goes, ooh, it goes plus, and the leading edge is changed, but it's still basically on. And then I pulse it again, and it goes down. And this is different to the other Zoom where it takes the 2 pulses. I've got to halve the pulse basically, and then each one has to send its next state. That should be doable. It's only software, yeah. But yeah, that was a first surprising part for me, is that it doesn't behave the same. So more as I find it.